Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to News and Views with me, Zaheerah Bham-Ismail. My next guest is the CEO of Al Baraka Bank, Mohammed Kaka. Mohammed, assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you, Zahira, and to the listeners on air.
Mohammed, I think offhand, I just have to start by saying that, the moment every time the name Al Baraka comes up, I always think about it being linked to community work, linked to building up of individuals in the community, entrepreneur work. Has this been somewhat the ethos and the vision and something that Al Baraka has wanted to come across?
Zahira, if that is what you've done, then that's perfect. I think our team have done excellent in conveying the message. Al Baraka is a community bank. We started 35 years ago to service communities, the community in South Africa. And we've grown through those years in terms of our vision and our mission, but we remain true to our source. We want to provide Islamic finance opportunities to communities, allowing them to bank without compromising their beliefs. And honestly, that's what we want to do. It's not when you come into Al Baraka, you're not just a customer. You're a familiar face. You deal with trusted partners, and we firmly want to ensure that whatever we do improves the communities that we serve.
So I think that does come across very strongly because the few times I've been at events at Al Baraka, you walk in there, everyone knows who you are. They talk to you, and everyone wants to fix something. Everyone wants to make sure you're okay. And the I always say this is that it's not about making sure you've got good customer service. I always judge it by seeing, are your team members happy and are your team members feeling like they're part of an organization? And that's the one thing Al Baraka definitely got 100% right, because when you walk into it, every single staff member walks around as though they're the CEO of Al Baraka. They take it very seriously and they become ambassadors in that role. And I think that when you've got that right with your staff, that's true leadership, because you're ensuring then it's easy for them to do the work that they need to do because they're also buying into the ethos of giving back and being part of a community.
100%, Zara. I think, many companies have vision and mission statements and have values. One of the things about Al Baraka is that our values are really tangible. Each and every staff member can feel that value, they can live that value, and they don't necessarily have to try and find ways to live a value. Those values that if are such that if you incorporate them into your daily life, you'll not only be a better employee, you'll be a better person. So I think that's been the key to our success. Everybody
Alhamdulillah.
understands the role that they play. Alhamdulillah, they understand the role that the customer plays in our success. They understand the role. I mean, we a bank, one of our values is trust. And that's so critical because people are giving you their money. They need to know that they can trust you with that particular wealth that they've accumulated. They may be entering into a financial transaction. It's their first time that they're buying a home. They need to be able to trust the advice that you provide to them. So all of our values are tangible. It leads to a culture in the organization where people know what they need to be, how they need to walk in that organization. And Alhamdulillah, the true belief of that is that you adopt these values and you can adopt these values into your daily life, not only into your work life.
Fantastic. Alhamdulillah. That's always such a good thing to hear, especially with people who are looking after your money. Mohammed, you could have easily said we're a banking system. We can just continue doing the work we need to do. But Al Baraka has always been in the forefront of doing community work, of encouraging people, of connecting people, of networking people, of growing entrepreneurs. You had your accelerator program. Why the need to actually go over and above and beyond what where your scope is to say we've got enough, we can continue where we are?
So Zaira, that's rooted into our foundation in terms of why we exist. We don't exist only to provide a means for your financial transactions to be concluded. We believe that we need to be able to share the rewards of whatever we do. So that's the difference between what is true Islamic banking and what would be conventional banking. So in our instance, everything is about sharing. It's the sharing of the rewards, and that doesn't only entail sharing it with a customer, it entails sharing it with our employees, sharing it with our shareholders, and sometimes sharing it with non-customers, but within the communities we serve. And that's the foundation of working at an Al Baraka. Our tagline, your partner bank, is not just a positioning
Mm.
statement. It's a reality of how we operate.
Absolutely. But you've actually got something new coming up. Tell us a little bit about the mobile app, because I'm going to come back to the words you used just now about sharing, and I want to touch on that in a little while. But I have to ask you first about this new mobile app that everyone seems to be buzzing around with.
So, Zaira, it's we're living in a digital age. COVID has accelerated digitalization across every industry. And Al Baraka sat back in that COVID period and looked at it and said, we need to change. We need to be up to date with our customers. So last year, we launched our mobile banking application. We've gone into a significant digital footprint. We've changed the way our branches operate. We've changed the way that we adopt technology. Whether you're looking at applying for your residential property or your motor vehicle, we've got an ability to apply online. But we've brought the bank into your hands in terms of a mobile banking application, and we're continuing to enhance it. We've taken a leapfrog in terms of the underlying technology that we've used with this. The bank has been very, very progressive. We've taken people out of their day jobs and put them dedicated into digitalization and working towards it. And we've seen the impact of that. We've seen an uptake. A large number of our clients are adopting it. And in order to celebrate the successes of this, we've obviously launched this big Ramadan competition.
So that's exactly why I said to you the words sharing, because you mentioned that you'd like sharing with the people in your team and with your customers as well. And that's what the ethos of Al Baraka is. You've previously had Hajj competitions and paid for someone to go on Hajj. You've had accelerator programs where you have funded individuals to be able to start up their businesses. Tell us about what you have now.
So this one is for everybody. It's whether you're an existing Al Baraka customer, whether you deal with us on a transactional banking account, whether you've decided to save for your child's education using one of our investment accounts, whether you financed your first motor vehicle or your first home because you're not yet in a position to start saving, but you need to have assets to be able to put a roof over your head or take you to work. We've made this competition easy. We've given any client that downloads the mobile application and does one transaction, and even if they just simply look up their statement of their finance deal so that they can work out what their zakat calculation is for this month, you've entered into this competition. So we've made it open for everybody, and we've put a really nice price together. We've said we're going to give 2 tickets and accommodation for 10 days to the holy cities, Mecca and Medina, and we're giving that away as a competition. So we're trying to get people to move on to the digital side, to see the benefits of dealing digitally instead of having to come into a branch to collect a statement or having to pick up a phone and phone somebody else. Here's an opportunity, deal with us electronically, and we want to share the success. The app has been successful for us. Why not share it with the benefit of all our customers? And if you're not yet a customer, it's simple. You can open up an account tomorrow and simply deposit a minimal amount. Some of our accounts open up with 50 Rand, 100 Rand to open up an account. And once you've downloaded the app and simply viewed a statement or transacted, you're already into that competition. So it's really something that we're giving back to the community that is going to give every single person an opportunity to stand a chance to win this trip of a lifetime.
That's amazing. You're making this very, very easy and very tempting, because I think an Umrah trip, we know the costs that go into that. And I think what a remarkable gift for two people to actually be able to take this trip, literally a trip of a lifetime, mashallah. And you're making it easy by actually giving it something that we already need for our convenience, but we get rewarded for it at the same time.
Well, that's the concept of sharing in benefits, right? So
I
I
love
think
it.
that's why we exist.
So, Mohammed, I have to ask you for your older clients, because this is, we talk about digital age and we talk about the fact that the youth can do this with their eyes closed. I know I often say to my older clients, bring your grandchild in, they end up taking technology a lot faster than we do. How easy is this app for somebody who is older or in an older generation who has been banking with Al Baraka or who is keen to start banking with Al Baraka? Because to be able to just access your statements, have your Zakal calculations on hand, you're making life a lot easier than having to come into a bank all the time, because not all of us have the time. Some people may not have the resources, but it's just we have busy days. And instead of walking into a bank, I can do everything on my phone. How easy is this app for people who may not be technologically wise?
So Zaira, the app is designed to be simple, but we have to be cognizant that not everybody is going to be tech savvy in this, and that is where we look at it as a hybrid approach. We've got a branch network. We've had extensive training to our teams and to our colleagues out on the floor to be able to help clients register. I want to just share a very quick story. We did this in Lenasia branch a couple of months ago. I think towards the end of last year, we revamped the branch and we hosted what we called a digital day. A gentleman came across, 76 years old. He's
Mm.
marhum now. I found out that he passed away 3 months after we registered on the app. And he sat there and we went through the app registration. And you've got to take a selfie and it's a bit more challenging, but he persevered. And when he finished off, he was so elated that he was able to now get his statement on his phone. You didn't have to travel every now and then to the bank. He's got a grandson that is living overseas that sends him money every now and then for his medication. And now he'd be able to see it. He'd be able to communicate with his grandchild and say, I've received it. I can confirm it's been allocated into my account. So for anybody that's out there that um, feels challenged with downloading the app, that is worried from a security perspective, am I getting the right app? Am I getting the wrong app? Visit your Al Baraka branch. One of my colleagues will be there to help you. They will assist you in the registration. We've geared up for this Ramadan competition, so the team are ready to be able to be there to assist you.
I think that answered the question completely. I think when you have examples like that of how easy that uptake is with just the right support by your side, that makes all the difference. Because I can tell you, I know I panic when I have to download something new. I love consistency. I love things being the same, and something new always feels a bit too overwhelming for me. But the fact that you have staff members on the ground who are willing to actually come on board to make that transition an easier one for you, I think that's fantastic. That goes a very long way to making this a lot easier for customers to come in and to make that change.
That's who we are. That's the values that comes back to those values that we speak about. We need to have partnership. We need to be there for you as a bank, as a financial service provider, as a trusted financial service provider.
Mohammed Kaka, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I'm assuming this is not the last that we're seeing in terms of community work from Al Baraka Bank for the rest of this year. I'm assuming this is just the start in terms of giving us something for Ramadan with this
Very much.
competition.
Very much so, Zaira. I think look forward to all the events we've had last year, a number of events that were very successful. We probably will have them again. One of the highlights every year is the female business event that happens in
Yes.
August. Definitely happening again. Accelerator must happen again towards the end of the year. So we ask people to listen out. Follow us on all our the social media handles, Al Baraka SA, listening to Salam Media, and look out for all our exciting initiatives.
Shukran. Mohammed Kaka, COO of Al Baraka Bank. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And like I always say, Al Baraka Bank is synonymous with community work, with upliftment of the community, with being able to give back, with raising of individuals in communities. And we've heard the number of projects that they've had through last year, as well as what's coming up this year. And the fact that you're willing to continuously share with people in the community and to continuously grow the community as you grow, I think speaks volumes of the financial institution that they are. All you need to do is download the app. If you're not sure how to do it, get into one of the closest Al Baraka banks. They'll be able to assist you. They are trained to be able to assist you on how to do this. And you may stand in line to win a trip of a lifetime for Umrah, inshallah. I hope one of our names are on that list to be able to win it. Shukran, Mohammed, for making it so easy for us to be able to transition and to get life a little bit easier and a little bit faster for ourselves. Jazakallah for joining us on air.
Jazakallah. Thanks, Sarah, for having me here.
And you definitely don't want to miss Al Baraka's upcoming events. I think they are really community centered, and it's remarkable to always be able to be a part of their initiatives. Just follow them on the Instagram handles. Make sure you download the app. Make sure you get in line to win this competition. We're going to be taking a quick break, and then we'll continue with the rest of our program.